Hi everybody, it's Bill Gilliland here with Action Coach, and I'm here talking with Dan Brown about his recent experience in hiring his very first employee. So Dan, tell me a little bit about the hiring process that we put in place, or what were your goals when we first started? Let's start there.
Well, thank you, Bill. My primary goal through the process of hiring you as a business coach was to hire an employee. It's something I've been thinking about for a number of years and have been just too afraid and really just needed help from someone. So over the course of a series of weeks and months, I've met with you and we came up with a plan to hire an employee.
Excellent. So how did it work, and what did we do first?
There were so many little steps and little pieces, and it seemed at the beginning like it would never be finished, but it is finished and it's amazing. It started with placing an ad and finding applicants that followed the instructions, and worked our way down to a group interview, which was very successful. And from there, we found two good candidates that I did one-on-one interviews, and found a good fit for the business and made a hire.
So but even before we did we placed an ad, what did we actually do first?
So there's a lot of business organization that I needed to do. I've always felt like I'm good at running my business and making my clients happy, but not working on the business so much. So one of the things that you've helped me to learn is that it's important to take time aside every week and work on the business. Something I never actually thought of before.
Yeah. So what were you looking for in the first person you were looking to hire?
I think more than anything, more than skill or education, I was looking for a person with the right personality and the right interpersonal skills, the things that you can't find on paper. Perfect.
And so in using the 4-hour hiring process, how did you look for that person that had the correct attitudes, or the right attitudes, and not just the right skills?
It's a very good question. The 4-hour hiring process was really great because it weeded out many applicants who I might have considered, but they didn't follow proper directions, and they didn't complete the application process. And so that automatically cut out a large percentage of people who applied in the beginning. One of the parts of the process in the 4-hour hiring process that was most beneficial was having job applicants leave a voicemail that answered questions that I had asked them to answer, so I could actually hear a person speak and hear a little bit about how they responded over a recording rather than on paper.
Right, so that was just one of the first things that we had them do. After we placed the ad, we had them respond via voicemail. Then what was next?
So after the voicemail, we decided to do a group interview, and the group interview was something I was a little skeptical about at first, something I never heard of before. And the idea was I'd take the 6 best people that applied and have them all come together in a group setting. I'm really glad we did that because it worked really well. It gave us a chance to ask questions to each person in the group and allow them to speak in front of the entire group, and it helped me to see how they are able to speak and interact in a group setting. Unrehearsed. I think that was very helpful in helping find the right candidate.
So throughout the process, from the group interview, you had 6 in the group interview. Then what was the next steps?
It was really tough. So from the 6 from the group interview, I had to decide which ones I wanted to interview one-on-one. And I ultimately decided there are 2 people I wanted to interview one-on-one. I did do that, and I met with the 2 people. And from there, after having about an hour-long interview session, which included a problem-solving test that I had them do aside from asking questions and answers. And then from there, I found the person that was the right fit.
What were your biggest learnings throughout the whole process? Because you had never actually hired anybody before, is that right?
That is right.
Okay, so this is the first person you've ever hired anywhere? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay, so what did you learn throughout that process?
I've learned so many things it's hard for me to say off the top of my head. Probably the best thing that I've learned is to start small and organize the little pieces first and not be afraid to ask for help from other people that are experts in different areas. Having you as a business coach, having my CPA with advice at a payroll company to help with taxes and forms, I think all of that came together really well for me.
Perfect. So what else would you like to express about the hiring process?
I think having Bill as a business coach, as a person to keep me on track and for the accountability was really what made it happen. And I think that's the biggest thing that I'm coming away from the process with.
So I'm really excited about the fact that you've got your first employee actually starting tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So that's exciting. So congratulations, and
Thank you.
I appreciate you sharing your story with us today.
Well, thank you very much, Bill. I really appreciate it. Thank you.